Hey, what's up guys? Just wanted to do an update on the outdoor garden. We've got a lot happening here. We're gonna harvest some radishes, talk about tomatoes, and also cucamelons. So let's start here with the cucamelons. So I bought these decorative trellises, and if you know anything about cucamelons, and if you don't know cucamelons, they're these amazing grape-sized cucumbers that taste like lemon, and they grow on a vine. So each one of these little plants is going to produce one vine that climbs for a very long time. So what I'm gonna end up doing is taking one of these vines, wrapping it up, and then probably wrapping it down, and then up and down again. So I'm going to have about 2 or 3, maybe 4 vines per trellis. But what's likely to happen is I'm going to run out of trellis, so I might have to add additional trellises on either side. I just went to the Home Depot and I got some lumber to secure these in the vertical position because we get gusty thunderstorms around here. The last thing I want after growing cucamelons is to have them flop over on these beautiful trellises. Now you'll notice that I've got all of my cucamelon seeds have come up. There they are right there. These bigger guys are starts that I did inside, and I'm glad I did because the cucamelon seeds that I planted really aren't that, they don't even have the first true leaves on. But all of my transplants are doing great. I hear that these start off really slow and then they grow very, very fast. So over here are my lettuces, which are going to be chopped down today actually because I'm planting peppers. I like peppers more than I like lettuce. I'm going to have 6 peppers in here. Now, some people say, if you read the instructions on the pepper plants, they say space them 18 to 24 inches. Well, guess what? You could actually space them as close as 12 inches, and they will kind of hug each other and support each other as they grow, especially if you make them bush-like and you top them, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up with essentially a giant bush of 6 pepper plants. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. You might be wondering where all my containers are. Well, my wife said that I had too many containers on the deck, so I built a little container patio. I'll show you down here. Let's see if I can zoom in on here. There it is. I've got all my containers down there on I put some pavers down there, and I'm going to add lots of containers and do other videos from there. Now let's talk radishes because I'm going to start pulling these out, get a couple of tomatoes in here. These are the Bonnie plants you get from Home Depot. I know it's kind of lame, but I really like this variety. This is the, if it can focus, that's so funny. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it doesn't say it on the outside. Here we go. This is the Husky Cherry Red. It's an indeterminate dwarf tomato that produces some of the best cherry tomatoes I've ever had in my life. But these radishes have to come out. What I plan on doing here is planting 2 of these dwarf cherry tomatoes here, planting 1 kind of beefsteak tomato here, and then I'm either going to plant a Snow White or Sun Gold cherry tomato over here. My carrots are taking their sweet time. I don't want to disturb them, but I'm going to have to, especially the ones in the center here where I'm going to put tomatoes. If I just pluck one out to show you what we've got here, we've got absolutely nothing. There's nothing happening here. Here's my arugula. That's going to come out too. I don't really like how these came out. They kind of taste mealy for some reason, if that makes sense. Anyway, so back to the radishes. We do have some radishes here. Let's take some out here. These are the Pink Beauty radishes that I grew from seed, and I could see why they're called Pink Beauty, because look at these beautiful, perfectly round radishes. And these are small. They probably need another 3 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks. But again, I like tomatoes a lot more than I like radishes. Let's find a big one. They're all pretty small, but I've been snacking on these. Here, this one looks good. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's really pretty. Take a look at this. Really nice, really flavorful, has a nice spicy note. I don't wash off stuff after I pull it from the garden. I just bite into it because, you know, it's clean. There it is, delicious radish. Now in the middle, here you might remember, I've got these black Spanish radishes, which are supposed to be these big softball-sized radishes. Excuse me for the chewing. And they're supposed to be awesome, but guess what? They're not doing anything. Look at this. There's nothing here. There's just nothing here. So they're all coming out. I know it's sad, but sometimes you have to make decisions when you're gardening based on what you're actually going to eat. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for these black Spanish radishes. But you know, maybe since I have the seeds, I'll replant them in the fall. So I'm going to plant these two dwarf indeterminate tomatoes. I'm going to use Epsom salt and a little bit of tomato fertilizer. I'm going to plant them nice and deep and get those growing. I've got my pepper plants coming today. I've got a lot of awesome varieties. I can't wait to show you guys and take a video of that. So that's just a little garden update from the outside. Subscribe to my channel for a lot more garden updates. See you later, guys.